Now at 10, a potential threat forces an evacuation at Kansas City International Airport. Plus, the engines are roaring again at Mocon Dragway. How racers help kick off the 2026 season.
An uptick in gas prices is putting pressure on drivers' pockets. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Gas prices throughout the 4 states and the nationwide have been on the rise amid global tensions. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Blake Gully. KOAM's Kenny Foreman has the latest.
Anytime there's disruptions to potential oil production or oil transportation, especially around the Middle East, where we know there's large producers of the global oil supply, that's going to have an impact on prices, not just in that region, but also here at home.
AAA attributes the spike to an increase in crude oil prices, which coincides with the U.S. attack on Iran back on February 28th. The impacts of that are already being felt at the pumps.
It hurts my pocket every day. I'm feeling to fill up $30, $40 now versus what I was 2 weeks ago. It takes out fun times for me and my son here to go do things.
Despite the ongoing uncertainty, AAA also says that the overall current prices aren't historically high, given that the overall numbers are relatively low for 2026.
There's certainly sticker shock going on right now at local pumps, but that being said, we're just about about 8 cents more expensive than where we were this time last year, so we're still relatively close.
Drivers are thankful for that and are confident that it won't bring significant damage to their wallet.
I'm not really concerned. I mean, I remember when gas prices used to be like $3.29, so I think it'll come down sometime, but it's not bothering me too much.
At this point in time, AAA says that global events will likely play a factor in how long this uptick will continue and how high those prices can reach. Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
And to save money on gas, AAA recommends driving smoothly and following the speed limit, keeping tires inflated, and removing unnecessary weight in your vehicle. Meteorologist Donald O'Keefe joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, we're going to see some nice conditions over the next couple of days. Take a look at our current temperatures right now. Even at 10 o'clock tonight, we're still seeing temperatures around the low to mid 50s across the region. 56 there in Chanute, 55 degrees in Joplin out to our southeast, still 60 degrees in Cassville. Some warmer air is starting to move into the region. For tonight, though, we're only going to drop down to 51 degrees, cool and clear and a bit breezy. Winds are going to start picking up tonight. We can see wind gusts tonight up to 25 miles an hour. But look at these temperatures by the time we get to Monday afternoon. We're going to see temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s across the region. There's a chance we could break a record high tomorrow, which is 78. So if we can get to these around 80, we could definitely break it. Like I said, it is going to be a bit breezy as we get into Monday. We can see wind gusts 25, even 30 miles an hour. But we are looking at a chance also for possible strong to severe storms on Tuesday. So we do have an alert day for Tuesday. And I'll actually break that all down coming up.
Community members in southeast Kansas came together today to support a local mother facing a rare form of cancer. A dinner and silent auction was held to help Chelsea Smith and her family as she begins another round of treatment for LMS, a rare and aggressive cancer that forms in the muscle tissue. Organizers say businesses, friends, and neighbors donated food, auction items, and their time to help support the family as Chelsea prepares for treatment at the Anderson Cancer Center in Houston.
Southeast Kansas and Girard specifically just have a really great sense of community, and the people who show up are just amazing, whether it's her family or friends or people that don't even know her, go out of their way to donate auction items and donate food items and just offer their time and their talents to just provide and to show up for the community and Chelsea and Austin specifically.
The 2026 racing season is officially underway at the Mocon Dragway. Mocon hosted a fun drags event Sunday, welcoming drivers of all experience levels to hit the track. The event gave people the opportunity to bring their own vehicles out and experiencing drag racing in a safe, controlled environment. The day also included Teen Championship Racing Licensing, a program that allows high school drivers to learn how to race and earn their license at the track.
you don't have to have a dedicated race car to come out here. You can bring your street car out and run it. Just have some fun. And they had a class there earlier this morning for some high school kids to get their license. So we'd like for the high school kids, if you're going to drive your car fast, come to the track and do it. Don't do it on the street. Come out here where it's safe and it's monitored, and have a good time.
During the off-season, several upgrades were made at the track, including a 500-foot new concrete guard wall to improve safety for racers and spectators. Events at Mocon Dragway are scheduled to be nearly every weekend from March through November. Planes are once again flying in and out of Kansas City International Airport in Kansas City. The reopening today happened hours after authorities evacuated the airport while they investigated a potential threat. It is unclear what the threat was or where authorities searched. FBI Director Kash Patel commented on social media that the threat was determined not to be credible. During the incident, the airport's terminal was evacuated and planes that had landed were held on the taxiway. Other planes that were set to arrive in Kansas City were diverted to other airports. Still ahead on KOAM News at 10, training dental students in virtual reality, the new technology helping them prepare for real patients. Plus, a daring rescue more than 900 feet in the air after hot air balloon crash and an old bottle of booze being dug up and drank. We have a lot more coming up, and take a look at this week. It's the first clinic of its kind in the U.S. Now some dental students in Maryland are getting real experience in a virtual reality lab in preparation to treat real patients. Brianna Ross reports.
Okay, I'm going to recline you back, okay? For first-year dental hygiene student Malik May Holzman and her classmates, learning is pretty hands-on. They get real experience working with patients.
I like helping people, and I feel like a lot of people are apprehensive about coming to the dentist, and I want to be that person where I can encourage them to come.
But before students ever work on a patient, they now have a new tool to help them prepare.
Put this on for me.
This new virtual reality lab.
In this headset, get to immerse themselves in a virtual dental environment where they're actually able to get as much repetition as they would like with different clinical skill sets. So that sequence that they get to practice really allows them to have more confidence, reduce their anxiety, right, and just allow them to have a risk-free environment with practicing before actually entering a patient's mouth. Just use your controllers to point at things.
Brianna Watson is the mastermind behind the VR lab, but before it was a VR lab, it was a vision, one Watson had after observing a gap.
I noticed that there was a gap in the utilization of technology for dental hygiene education training.
So Watson started looking for solutions. At the CIAA Tech Summit in 2024, she met Howard Arjan, founder and CEO of Black Meta Agency. He helped her find a team to shape the technology and get funding from Delta Dental. And in December, the VR Dental Hygiene Lab at CCBC opened, making history.
This is the first virtual reality software and lab in the U.S. So for dental hygiene education.
And students find the history-making technology helpful.
It helps build confidence because you're actually doing the manual motions of it rather than just reading in a textbook.
I feel like it being interactive is a lot more fun than just reading the textbook, in my opinion.
Wow.
I even got to try out the software myself. And though this is the first VR lab for dental hygienists in the country, Watson hopes it won't be the last.
The goal is to expand this to other dental hygiene students nationally so that they too get the proper training that enhances their performance.
The Mega Million jackpot has grown to over $500 million after no one matched all 6 numbers to win Friday's night's drawing. It's now an estimated $533 million with a cash option of $243 million. The last time someone won the Mega Millions jackpot was back in December. This marks the first time the jackpot surpassed $500 million this year. The last time it crossed that threshold was back in October. The next drawing will be Tuesday night. The naming of Iran's new supreme leader comes as President Trump says he's not ruling out sending in American troops. CBS's Nicole Killian is traveling with the president in Florida.
As the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran enters its second week, President Trump isn't closing the door on deploying American ground troops.
Could there be? Possibly, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
The White House says there are no current plans to put boots on the ground, but cautions the president is keeping his options on the table. Democrats and even some Republicans are wary.
This is already a war that is becoming an ongoing disaster. It gets worse if the president is talking about putting ground forces in.
When you start putting boots on the ground, and those boots on the ground may need reinforcement, that starts looking like a longer-term conflict.
Today, President Trump held a call with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer a day after rebuffing his offer to send aircraft carriers to the region. In an interview late Saturday, the president told CBS News it's a little bit late to be sending ships, right? A little bit late. Since the war began, the Strait of Hormuz, where about 1/5 of the world's oil typically flows, has been virtually closed to tankers, sending prices skyrocketing. On Face the Nation, Energy Secretary Chris Wright says he expects traffic to resume relatively soon.
We have a temporary period of elevated energy prices, but it will not be long. In the worst case, this is weeks, this is not months, and it leads to a much better place.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on President Trump to immediately tap into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to help lower oil and gas prices. But the president has previously downplayed that idea, saying there's already a lot of oil out there. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Doral, Florida.
And there's a chance we can see record high temperatures on Monday, and also on Tuesday, a chance for strong severe storms push into the region. I'll break that all down coming up.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
We're going to see some sunny and warm conditions as we push into Monday, but let's take a look ahead. So like I was saying, we're going to see record warmth for our Monday, possibly record tying or record breaking temperatures. Also, we're going to see windy conditions over the next few days, and there is a chance for some strong severe storms to push in Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So we do have an alert day on Tuesday. Let's start breaking down that alert day right now. So the chances for what we're going to see is wind, hail, and even a few tornadoes for the 4 states. The timing for this is going to be Tuesday at midnight until about 12 p.m. noon on Wednesday. So what we're looking at right now is a 2 out of 5 chance for severe storms. And that is what you see right here, that yellow, that's a 2 out of 5 chance, a slight risk for the region. And like I was saying, the timing for this is going to be 12 a.m. midnight on Tuesday to 12 p.m. Wednesday at noon. All hazards are possible. The tornado threat is low, but it is non-zero, and the same goes for hail as well. The main threat we're going to see with this is most likely high wind and also some heavy rain. So let's time this out. Let's go over the next couple of days. This is Monday morning at 7 a.m. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s, even pushing 60 down there in the southern counties. We're going to stay sunny and also very warm as we get into Monday afternoon. These temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Like I said, a chance to break a record high on Monday. The record is 78, so we can see record-breaking temperatures as we get into Monday afternoon. By the time we get to Tuesday morning, increasing moisture is building into the region. We have increasing cloud cover, but Tuesday morning temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 60s to start our Tuesday. By the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, temperatures in the upper 70s. Now at 8 p.m., there's a chance we can see a storm push through those northwestern counties at 8 p.m. We're going to calm down a bit as we get into Wednesday morning, but here's 3 a.m. Possibly Wednesday morning, we can see some storms start to fire up to our southeast. As we get to 7 a.m., more storms are going to start pushing in. That cold front is going to start making its way in, and there could be a line that's going to be driving through the region at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So like I said, this is going to be peak commuting time. Just give yourself an extra time on Wednesday morning to get to work. Have your kids stay inside Wednesday morning to keep them out of the possible threats of this severe threat. As we get to Wednesday afternoon, that pushes off to the east and calmer conditions return, but we will also cool down as well by Wednesday. Taking a look outside, though, Indigo Sky Casino Resort Camp, things are all calm for now. We're going to see windy conditions, though, as we push into Monday morning. We're going to see winds out of the southwest, 25, even 30 miles an hour. But as we get into Tuesday, ahead of that front, we can see wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour by Tuesday afternoon. And then as that front pushes in Wednesday morning, we're going to still see wind gusts up to 25, 30 miles an hour. But if you're planning a Monday, sunny skies through the day, a high of 78 degrees for our Monday. Monday night dropping down to 63 degrees. Winds are going to continue as well as we get into Monday night. Taking a look at our 7 to 10 day here, we're going to see 79 degrees on Monday, record-breaking highs most likely. And then Tuesday is that alert day due to the chances of strong and severe storms very late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So let's enjoy this beautiful Monday before the chances of those strong storms return Tuesday night.
Yes, great. Thanks, Donald. Next in sports, hear from a high school basketball coach after winning a title. And Pitt State softball looks to continue its winning streak. Zach Patrick has those stories and more coming up next in sports.
Pitt State softball got back on the diamond today, looking to bounce back after a loss last weekend. The 22nd ranked Gorillas off to a program best 20-1 record this season. First inning, Heather Arnett drops a bunt, speeding through first base for a lead-off single. She became the MIAA all-time career hits leader and would give PSU a 1-0 lead. Later in the inning, Sailor Hall takes this pitch for a deep ride. Center field 2-run home run makes the Gorillas lead 3-0. Moving to the second inning, bases loaded for the Gorillas. Caden Trochum hits a line drive in the left gap. 2 runs cross the plate for a 2-run double. And that was just the start. Runners on second and third for Rachel Schlottler, who goes opposite field for a 2 RBI single. PSU scored 10 runs in the second. They cruised to a 15-5 win in Game 1 of that doubleheader. The Gorillas looking to complete the sweep now in the finale against the Dragons, starting right where they left off in the first. Caden Trochum giving PSU an early lead with this ball to the gap in right center for an RBI double. Very next batter now. Lexi Davis swaps places with Trochum, also going to the opposite field for an RBI double of her own. And the Gorillas plate 2 runs with their first 4 hitters of the second matchup. Second inning, Davis is back at it with this laser right into the right center field gap. 2 more runs cross the plate. She finished with 5 runs batted in this one. History would repeat itself as the next hitter, Sailor Hall, crushes this pitch for a 3-run blast, her second home run of the day. PSU plated 9 in the frame. They dominate their way to the doubleheader sweep, 14-6 in Game 2. Pitt State baseball took the series over Emporia State today with an 11-7 win. Emporia is ranked 15th in the country, while the Gorillas are in the number 2 spot. Missouri Southern faced off against Northwest Missouri State in the second game of the series today, falling 9-3. The teams play in the series finale tomorrow at 1 p.m. High school basketball championships have been going on all over the 4 states, but one particular school was able to secure a championship at home, the Nevada Tigers.
Even though you may be the 1 seed or you may return a lot from a team that won it a year ago, we know that nothing's guaranteed, and just really happy to see all the hard work pay off for these guys. Well, it means we've got really good kids. It means we've got kids that have worked hard. They've stayed together. And when you have groups like that, you can do some special things. So I'm just, again, really proud of them and their families to see all their hard work pay off back-to-back years.
The Girard Trojans girls basketball team also won its sub-state assignment this week, defeating top-seeded Jayhawk Lynn in dominant fashion, 56-31.
Well, we have to say shout out to those Tigers and that amazing victory they have.
Yeah, Coach Sean, you saw him there. They have been played so well this season. They haven't lost in almost 2 months. I hope I haven't jinxed it, but man, they are on an absolute heater.
That's great, and we'll be right back. A spiraling balloon rescue unfolds atop a 900-foot tower, and a 150-old bottle of booze is dug up and tasted. Jeremy Roth takes a look back at this week's wildest and weirdest stories.
Take a look at the week we had.
Responders executed a teetering tower rescue over 900 feet in the air in Texas. Dizzying drone video showed the operation unfold atop a huge communications tower where a hot air balloon crashed and was left dangling with 2 people inside. Longview fire officials say it took responders more than an hour to climb to the balloon, but they were able to get the passengers secured and brought down, where they were taken to a hospital as a precaution. Archaeologists got a literal taste of the past after they sampled a 150-year-old mystery bottle of booze found buried in the ground. The Utah State Historic Preservation Office said the bygone-era bottle, still corked and dated to around 1880, was one of thousands of artifacts unearthed during a construction project turned major excavation. They teamed up with a local distillery and used a needle to extract the mystery vintage spirit, which they described as having fruit and vinegar notes. Speaking of the past, the comic books that birthed 2 icons will soon be on display at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. The museum announced the acquisition of Action Comics #1 from 1938, which introduced the world to Superman, as well as Captain America Comics #1 from 1941. The museum called both comics historically significant and plans to put the Superman origin issue on display in late April, followed by Captain America in the fall. Finally, there was no real news here, but I just can't help but share this video of a polar bear frolicking with a giant pickle at the Memphis Zoo. Look how cute it is. Look at it! The video of Coda the bear and his novelty-sized pickle plaything is already on its way to viral status and right on the heels of International Polar Bear Day. For Take a Look at This Week, I'm Jeremy Roth.
And what is your final note on weather tonight?
So we're going to have a pretty nice day tomorrow, record-breaking highs, and also on Tuesday we have that alert day due to strong to severe storms Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, so just start prepping for that now.
And what about sports?
Well, Nevada girls, we showed the Nevada boys coach tonight. Nevada girls, they face off in their first state matchup tomorrow. They are also really, really good.
Oh, that's going to be great. And finally tonight, happy International Women's Day, celebrating the women who make a difference in our communities every day. That's the news for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.